What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bros Before Shows, and we have two guests with us this time. This is Lee with After Hour Cinema.
Hey, everybody.
And he has sponsored Miss Jennifer
Moriarty.
Moriarty.
Hey,
Yeah.
there we go.
He sponsored her for the show this time, and she is an actress, and you have quite an extensive catalog, don't you?
I do. I've got over 40 films now and made 11 films last year. I've got 3
You
more
made
this
11
year.
last.
I made 11 last year.
Wow.
Right, yeah.
She's a dynamo. Dynamo.
Well, I'm trying. It's not easy. You know, Hollywood's a really competitive place, but there's a new chapter, and Lee is really one of the reasons why I'm out here in Mississippi. So I'm very excited to be here and be part of the conference as well.
I know, I tell you, the Chamber of Commerce on the Mississippi Gulf Coast needs to give me an award. Lisa and Jim blessed me to come. I did a fundraiser for autism called the Spectrum Screen Gala. They came to Biloxi and fell in love with the conference. I actually think we might have even shown one of Scotty's trailers, if I remember correctly. And they fell in love with it and decided to relocate to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, living in Pass Christian area, and we're just thrilled that they're here.
That's awesome. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Los Angeles. I was
Okay.
born and raised in Hollywood, and then Newport Beach for a bit, and then went up to Seattle where I met my husband. And he still has his company up there. And then, I mean, I've been everywhere. Been to Charleston, which was really part of the inspiration to get me back into the business. And
Okay.
then was out in Malibu for a few years, and been in LA for about 10, and then came here.
So what got you into acting? What was
Well, I think from the time I was just really a little child, gosh, I've never really told anybody this. I didn't play with a lot of toys. I had some specific toys, but I was just into, acting from the time I was just a little girl. And went up to Northern Arizona University, went into the theater program, and then got my master's at a fancy drama school back east, and started coaching and teaching, and then came out here with my daughters and out to LA rather, and started back into the business. So it's kind of been in my blood since I was a child.
That's awesome. So I was going over your movies and stuff, and you were a scream queen, is what you are. Like, you've been in a lot of horror movies and stuff like that, and we've never had a guest like that before.
Are you serious?
Seriously,
Really?
yeah.
That's true.
Well, I feel really honored, guys.
This
Thanks
is going to be
so
an
much.
OG Screen Queen pretty soon. Wait till you see this film, Mary Day, because it's going to blend the old with the new, legends and newcomers. And I'm not saying anybody there's a newcomer, but her daughter's just doing a fantastic job, directed by Jennifer. Also was the director, producer, the whole shebang.
Awesome.
So, but it's going to be great. But I just learned something. I didn't realize that you were a Flagstaff person.
I
had
was
no
a
idea.
Flagstaff girl, which I hate camping, absolutely hate camping. But
I love it.
I went up there because I couldn't stand the heat.
Yeah.
And then here I am finding myself back in the South. But there's something
There's a
very
different heat here.
Different here. And I think, as far as this Scream Queen, it's so funny because so I'm a trained Shakespeare actress, right? I came from classical theater, and when I moved to Hollywood, people were like, oh, these stage people can't act. The very best actors that I've worked with grew up through the stage and have amazing technique, and that's really what's missing in Hollywood. So the fact that the Scream Queen title has kind of stuck is because horror right now in the independent film world is where it's at.
I love horror.
Okay, we all love horror, and it's like there's so much horror.
Yes.
And this gentleman is how I met him. I won an award at the Houston Horror Film Festival for Best Actress, and not that I want to talk about that.
Well,
but
it was a
that's
great
how
film. I hate to plug this film. There's
That's
a
how
long,
I met
sordid
her.
history, but if you have not seen the film called Bloomfield, she is amazing as a Tilda. You play a younger version and an older version, kind of somewhat.
Yeah.
The character morphs over time, but it is an amazing performance. Like I said, it's one of these films that, in my opinion, probably needs a little, maybe that didn't get its due, but that's a story for another day.
Thank you so much. It was great fun, and that's how I really met Lee. And we sort of started a mutual kind of a love affair, if you will, not literally, but like just really valuing each other. And he has been probably more instrumental in my career in the last couple of years than my management team, and I love my manager, but I think it's really tough to get in Hollywood to break into the horror business. And I linked up with some directors who made a lot of horror this last 2 years after COVID. and sort of took on that title. And ironically, Lee had said to me, why don't you write a movie that, write a little chat with Michelle Bauer and Bring Stevens and Lisa London. See if you can get these three. I know you probably can't. You won't be able to get Michelle Bauer. It's like, put them all together. Well, these women decided they wanted to work on this movie. So it's called Mary Day and the Scream Queens. And I won't plug a lot about it, but it is a great fun, very cult movie. We kind of fashioned it after Barbarella and The Love Witch, those two movies.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to really get big. And linking that back to toys, we showed the premiere at Lee's function for the gala for Spectrum, and it was really well received. And a gentleman that designs toys came up to us and said, we'd like to build a kind of Monopoly-styled game after Mary Day and the Scream Queens. And so that's in the process right now.
That's really cool.
As well as bobbleheads.
It is. Oh, there's a lot of Mississippi ties to the
You
film
have
too.
made it.
A lot of Mississippi ties to the film because the main character in the movie, she is a Biloxi native. So,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
so we got that whole spiel. There's a Southern Gothic vibe undertone in my humble opinion. But no, like I said, Jennifer's been great. We really need to thank Ali Perez. Ali Perez is the person was the glue. She was the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon for us, and that kind of connected everybody. But no, Jennifer's just doing great work, and just I cannot wait to see The Laundress. But again, it's on Amazon Prime, I believe.
It's on Prime right now.
Go watch Bloomfield if you like what I'm gonna call. To me, there's various degrees of indie horror.
Yes.
It's the upper tier of indie horror.
Okay.
This is not some guy with a camcorder in the backyard, and I'm not knocking people that make low budget schlock, because I love low budget schlock, but it's heads and tails above that. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of moved beyond that, I would hope to say. My mom would say I'd hope to shout that you have been moved past that. But the other big movie that we self-produced, my husband and I, and we hired a fabulous director and one of the cinematographers from Game of Thrones, is called The Laundress, and that is with Eric Roberts, who is a Biloxi neighbor and native, and he is brilliant in it. I think he's going to win a lot of awards. It's a very dark, very intense Southern Gothic drama. I wrote that and then starred in that with him. But so that's coming out this year too as well. So we're
Sounds
trying
like you got another busy year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great year. And I think, I don't know, did we talk about, so he got me down here and we just bought this house and we're going to film there. So people that are interested in beautiful old kind of, not really, I guess that wouldn't be antebellum, right? It's 1865.
No, it would be postbellum, but it's southern. I would say Southern
Gothic.
Southern Gothic, would certainly be the coastal Gothic.
Yeah,
You've got the old live oaks, the Spanish moss. You've
Yeah.
got the wide porches and the
Yeah.
veranda style architecture.
And
so.
that free floating staircase is very, very dark, but great for filming. So people need to reach out to us
Yeah,
because
it's a Southern Coast Home is what
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
always.
we will be using that as a film location to some, during certain times of the year. And so
And
forth.
one little thing, that comment about directors and that camcorders, that was not directed at any one person. Okay? I don't want anybody to
Have a phone, thank you.
I do not want anybody to get bent out of shape about that, because that was not directed at any person at all or entity. So.
Well, we all start somewhere,
Absolutely.
right? And that's a thing. And horror is a fabulous place to cut your teeth.
Mhm.
And Mary Day was my first film that I've directed. I've directed a lot on stage, but that was my first movie to direct. And it's great fun. And I think that's the whole message, is really getting out and not waiting for somebody else to let you do it. To decide that you're going to try and take the chance, take the risk, and learn, and then move forward. Don't let Hollywood or anybody else tell you what you are capable or not capable of doing.
And Jennifer also graced us with her presence. She came down and made a movie called Stokes River Haunting, which we're hoping to have a premiere. Hunter Bickham and Philip Drake are hastily editing on it. Hopefully that's going to premiere sometime in October. There were a few Hattiesburg people that were in that movie. Purvis area, Elise Costin was in the movie. There was another Hattiesburg, Caleb. There was several Hattiesburg, Pine Belt talented.
Erica Green.
Yeah, Erica Green. Yeah, I think Jesse might have been from Petal. I'm not certain on that. So
That's just across river.
exactly. So, but again, great. Going to be again top-notch indie horror, good storytelling. Like I said, shot in shot in Bogalusa, Louisiana, shot in Pascagoula, and shot in Leaksville is where the movie was shot.
That was
So,
amazing.
so we went all over the kind of the Pine Belt shooting this film. So
Very cool, very cool. Well, seeing how we are a toy show and CollectorCon, let's talk about toys. What toys was your favorite growing up?
So, for me, Barbie, I was a Barbie
You're
girl.
Barbie.
I'm a girly girl, so I had the Barbie, I don't know if you guys know Barbies, but it was the black patent leather, plasticky, vinyl case that you opened up and it was bright red inside. And Barbie had the high pony with the checkered black and white bikini on, blue eyeshadow. I still try and wear my makeup like Barbie, for goodness sakes. But I'd say Barbie, and then we had those wagon things that you drove. I was
Yeah.
really little in that. What were those called? Red
The
Flyers?
Red Riders? Red Flyers.
Red Flyers?
Red Flyers.
I
Radio
remember those.
Flyers.
Radio Flyers.
Radio
Yes.
Flyers, that's what
Yeah.
I had.
We were
Those
close.
were my
We-
two go-tos.
That's awesome. What about you? What?
I had, I kind of a child of the 80s, late 70s, 80s. I had a Stretch Armstrong.
Oh my
I
God.
had some $6 Million Man toys, and then probably, probably the first early video games, the Atari 2600 and things of that
Okay.
nature. But probably I had an Optimus Prime, I was Transformer. That was a pretty big deal to have because I had the trailer. A lot of people didn't have the trailer that went with the
Yeah,
Optimus
yeah.
Prime toy, but just trying to think. Oh my goodness, you've hit me before. I was not anticipating that question because I had so many.
Oh, you're getting the same questions that she gets.
I have the same thing. I had a Stretch Armstrong that I was like obsessed with.
That's
Is that
cool.
like the Gumby
Yeah.
that we all had with
Oh,
the
I-
pole legs and stuff on Gumby?
Yeah.
I'm really dating myself on it. I'm like really, wait, how old am I?
So what about, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid? Or TV show, it don't have to be a
You
cartoon.
know what I really hated? I mean, I
Well, you
tell
gotta hate it when
the
you
one
like
I
it, except
don't
for
like
me.
the most, and this is again going to
Dislike.
date me. I disliked so much. Was Tom and Jerry.
Oh, you did not like Tom
I
and
did
Jerry?
not like that one, and I did not like Wile E. Coyote because I felt so bad
Oh.
for those two animals that got clobbered all the time. I hated those. But my favorite all time, and I still watch it to this day, like if I come across it, I'm like, oh my God, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Like I am just obsessed with Scooby-Doo,
Yes,
right? Like
that's
there's
good.
just nothing that ever was as likable.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't beat the voices that were
Oh
in
my
it,
God.
and it was such. You knew what was going to happen every episode, but you still sat and watched it and was just like, "This is great." Like,
And you know what? If you think about it too, like why do we gravitate to some of these stories? And it's the same in movies. There are certain directors, certain writers, certain actors that create these amazing superheroes. And really, Scooby-Doo was a superhero.
Yeah.
Even though he was like, he bumbled and fumbled, there was something about that. And getting back to Mary Day, not to digress, but that's the goal, is that even horror has superheroes.
Mhm.
Even though Jason is the villain or whatever, these people are like such icons to us in everything that we wear, we think about, we write, all the legions of movies that came after. We remember those originals, and that's to me like, that's why it's so, they're the OG, right? They're
They're
the
the OG,
ones that
yeah.
you're like, oh, there can never be another Scooby-Doo. As far as
what was
Yes.
what was yours?
Well, I hate to sound like a bandwagon, but classic cartoon, absolutely Scooby-Doo. When I was in college, there was a little frat rock band that covered the theme song,
Oh.
just a classic song. But as far as like, I guess, when I was really young, I used to, it only lasted, I believe, 2 seasons, Thundar the Barbarian.
Thundar the Barbarian.
I can remember now, I feel so dated because it used to open in the year 1994, and I'm like, we're way past 1994,
Yeah.
A comet passes the Earth, and I'm like, we're way past that. We're like 30 years past, or 40 years past 9. So I was just like, that Thundar is a classic. Scooby-Doo, absolute classic. I did not a fan of Scrappy-Doo, but I love the classic
Oh,
Scooby-Doo.
yeah,
nobody
Yeah.
likes that.
Yeah.
But-
I think we all agree on
I hate to hate on
Scrappy.
Scrappy, but the classic first 4 or 5 seasons of
Mhm.
Scooby-Doo.
I didn't even mind the stupid cousin. You
Yeah.
remember there was one that was like he was like the slower stupid cousin of Scooby Doo. He was white, and so. But like,
you
yeah,
can
nobody
watch-
likes Scrappy.
You can watch them today. They're just universal themes. They're just
Mhm.
again, it's just, a 6-year-old or 7-year-old could put in Scooby-Doo from I think it premiered in 1969 actually. You could watch the whole thing and it would be just as viable today. So.
Yeah.
Lee is like the Rain Man. He will know every date and
I believe it was
No,
1969.
it's pretty
Don't-
darn
don't
close
quote
if
me on
it's
that.
not. Let me tell you. You can say, Lee, what was this movie with this actor, whatever? And I'm like, oh, that was, and it's the most random thing, 30 years old. He'll know it. In case y'all haven't seen him on his After Hours Cinema, like, it's insane, the movies and his commentary. It's like literally getting a professor to talk to you in a lecture style.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, thank you.
A
It's
walking
excellent.
IMDb.
Yeah, exactly,
Excellent.
exactly. A poor man's IMDb, as I like to call it.
So, is this your first con that you've done?
did I do another one with you? I don't remember. Have
Well,
I done? I did an autograph show. It was the gala we did it
Yeah.
on. This is my second time of bringing headshots and writing my name out to people and acting like an idiot. I mean, I'm at a toy con and somebody said to me, "What are you doing here? You're a horror screen queen actor or whatever." And made me kind of feel badly.
you're
Well,
bringing the flavor.
Like,
Yeah.
have you not walked around to some of these booths because they have horror toys and stuff
Horror
like that?
movies.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. So, I designed the poster. I put all my horror movies around it. So, it took a little warming up to do, but I love talking to people. So, can you tell? I love it.
I know this is a toy con, but I almost consider this more of a pop culture
Yeah.
nostalgia
Oh,
con.
yeah.
You know? That's how I would characterize it. But there's all these other talent. I said Jennifer was just a shoe-in my opinion, to bring a lot of spice to the event up a
See,
little bit. So.
he's better than my manager.
But no, like I said, this event has been a great venue because we broadcast on Ocean 7 TV. We're syndicated. There's been a lot of people that I've met here that like every post I do, follow everything, subscribe to the channel. The group of people that come to this convention have just been so supportive of After Hours Cinema. I can't thank you guys enough for having me here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been wanting to interview you, so why not?
Well, thank you.
Two birds.
Definitely honored. So.
So, and we want to thank y'all for coming. We enjoy having y'all, and we see you. I mean, you're here every show,
Yeah.
so and you are welcome back anytime that you want to
Oh
come.
my gosh, I was very honored to be invited and hosted, and I love it. I'm having a great time. I would love to come next year
That's
as well.
awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Well, y'all check out all of her movies.
Yes,
like-
follow me on IMDb, which would be amazing. But I'm also under Jennifer Moriarty for Facebook, Instagram, and you guys can see a lot of really cool behind the scenes shots of what it's like on set, making these movies, and I love all of the fans and people who have supported me. So thank you so very much,
That's
and thank you
awesome.
guys very much for having me.
Very awesome. Well, that's another episode of Bros Before Shows.
Twinkie, what's her last name?
I'm not doing it again. Thank y'all for watching. Check out their stuff. Want to plug your YouTube?
Lee Turner, After Hours Cinema, Ocean 7 TV every Friday night, and then what airs on Ocean 7 plays on New York 48 on Sunday. From there we syndicate it out, but if you're not in any of those broadcast areas, you can always check us out on YouTube or find us on various Roku platforms. We appreciate all your support.
That's awesome. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all.